Good evening. My name is Alan Lanham. I'm Dean of Library Services, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to the library and to Eastern Illinois University in our celebration of A Futuristic Look Through Ancient Lenses, a symposium on ancient Egypt. And we vary the offerings here from the normal fare at Booth Library. Normally we have a major exhibit that accompanies a short series of films and speakers on a variety of topics. This time we are working with the Lumpkin College of Business and Applied Sciences and the School of Technology to produce a larger speaker series and involving both visitors, faculty, staff, and students from Eastern Illinois University and various departments on campus. We don't often get to take a journey over a 5-week period at a leisurely pace. But I think that's what we're about to embark upon here this evening with our guest speaker, Dr. James Hoffmeyer, who will give us an introduction and then be followed by several other programs. He's also speaking tomorrow if you consult your program. So there are other opportunities that are forthcoming. The library takes as part of our mission to bring the university to a variety of clientele. And tonight we have community members, we have scholars from other institutions, we have visitors, we have graduate and undergraduate students here this evening. So the word has gotten out about the program and the series. Consult your website here at the library from your home, and consult the local newspapers to find out other opportunities as the weeks pass. And of course, we have multiple programs for you to take for yourself and take to others if you so desire in getting them here. We had several calls of, oh, I wanted that to be during the day so I could come, or there's other day activity. Oh, I wish that that was coming at the evening when I could come and I'm off work. So there's multiple opportunities, both day and afternoon and evening, to participate in this series. We have a great many people to thank, of course, and we always like to begin our series on topics by thanking those who will make it possible. A lot of work goes into the production of these events, as you can imagine. You just don't pull 22 speakers out of a hat overnight, and although Dr. Wabi, if anyone could do it, Dr. Wabi would be the one to be able to do it. But since I've said his name, I want to recognize him as sort of the instigator, founder, and conniver in why don't we do this, and why can't we do this, and will we be able to do this? And I think we can, and he has roused much interest in ancient Egypt, and we will proceed to thank him greatly. He's going to speak with you shortly, but his interest in Egypt should be obvious, and he, of course, wants to bring that interest of his homeland right here to Charleston, and so I think he's been a success in getting this together. Without further ado, I would like to present Dr. Blair Lord, the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Eastern, to bring greetings.
For him, not for me. Thank you, Dean Lanham. As I walked in, I asked Alan, okay, now exactly what do you expect me to do tonight? And he said, bring very brief greetings. I'm really good at the very brief greeting part. On behalf of Eastern and on behalf of President Perry, I do want to welcome all of you here tonight to inaugurate this, the inaugural presentation in this series. I was asking Dean Lanham as we walked in, how many exhibits and special series have we done here in the last number of years? And he couldn't tell me how many. It's that many. It's quite a few. So I said numerous is probably the right phrase. We have had numerous opportunities for the library in collaboration with many others around campus to present enriching programs to the academic community. And I'm delighted to welcome you to yet another in this series, the Futuristic Look Through Ancient Lenses, all about Egypt. I was trying to think, now how much do I know about Egypt? I have to admit I have not visited Egypt, but I do remember standing in February of 1977 for 8 hours in 30-degree weather in Washington, D.C. to get a chance to see the King Tut artifacts. We don't quite have those kinds of artifacts to present in these next few weeks, but I know there's a very enriching opportunities here to learn about Egypt. So I want to thank Dean Lanham, I want to thank Dr. Wabi, and all of the collaborators here in the library and across campus for that, and to welcome you. A very excellent turnout. Delighted you're here. So thank you.
I would also invite Dr. Mayarizade, the Dean of the Lumpkin College of Business and Applied Sciences, to join Dr. Lord and I here in recognizing the presenters and speakers that are coming up. If I get these out of order, it is my fault, not anyone else's. I will begin with Dr. Wafiq Wabi. And this goes with and the chair of the Department of Technology, Deborah Woodley. Our keynote speaker, James Hoffmeyer. I will not go into the bios and programs of all these folks because you have it written in your program, but I will continue in order of their presentation. So next comes our two speakers for a biblical perspective of the ancient Egyptian religions, Dr. Andrew Robinson and Professor Ryan McDaniel. The Physical Landscapes of Ancient Egypt by Dr. John Paul Stymick. Sorry, John. Well, I'm glad you didn't hear me mispronounce your name. The next one, Myths about Ancient Egypt Myths, Dr. Bonnie Irwin. I don't think she could join us this evening. Then we have 4 speakers in a panel, Ancient Egyptian Women, and Professors Christina Youssef, Kananika Batanaga, Francis Murphy, and Michelle Meadows. The other half of their program is contrasts between experiences of ancient Egyptian children and parenting and contemporary families. Moving on with the philosophy and practice of medicine in ancient Egypt, Dr. Kip McGilliard. Speaking on ancient Egyptian archives will be Professor Robert Hillman from Booth Library. The next panel will be Tourism, Textiles, Finance, and Food, Ancient Egypt Then and Now. And that is Dr. Betsy Pudliner, Dr. Catherine Shaw, Professor Axton Betts, Professor Kathy Rhodes. And a student designer in that department is Anila Sheikh. Is she here this evening? Okay, thank you. She's designed the scarves and other apparel for the closing program, which we'll announce in just a moment. The next program is the Role of Rock Solid Imagery of Early Egypt with Miss Beverly Cruz, university photographer. And the program Technology of Medicine in the Age of the Pharaohs, Dr. Thomas Hawkins. I'm not sure that he's here this evening. Going on, How Natural Forces Affected Egyptian Culture with Dr. Alan Baharlu. The next one is A 21st Century Look at Ancient Egyptian Architecture by graduate student David Finnegan. Bringing the Sky Down to Earth, Astronomy in Ancient Egypt will be presented by Professor David Linton. Ancient Egyptian Sports and Dance will be presented by Dr. Scott Ronspies and his students. And also that will be accompanied by musical performance under the direction of R. Alan Sullivan and the EIU Band. We have other people assisting us throughout the month. Pete Grant and his staff from the CATS organization at Eastern. And their students, his students, Shauna Searcy, Wes Smith, Keith Sutterfield. Feel free to drop the camera and come on. Rashida Lyles Cown. Okay. I also must take just a moment to thank the administrative staff, Peggy Manley, Christine Derrickson. Are they? Hello, where are you? Arlene Brown. And they have put together the reception this evening. Also, you'll notice our program straight from the printer today. Arlene Brown helped design that with other proofreading and editing staff. So thank everyone for their efforts in this program. I would now like to I would also recognize Lois Dickinson for one of the Egyptian displays here, just outside the reference room. And now I would like to present Dr. Wafik Wabi, professor in the School of Technology, who will bring greetings and welcome our featured speaker.
Well, thank you all for coming to this evening. Without you, there would be no meeting. So you are very important to this meeting. And I have 2 minutes to do what's in the program called closing. And just a word of clarification, it's not closing of the program. That means after I speak, we close and leave. As a matter of fact, we just end this segment and we start with our guest speaker, our main course, if you like. If you have a program in your hands, I want you to hold it like this. And I want you to think of it not as paper and ink and images, although this is very precious. I mean, it's coming very professionally, and I thank Dean Lanham and his people for doing such a wonderful professional publication in very short time, but it came very professional. But I want you to hold it up and above this as the minds and hearts of the speakers. You have their images and you have part of their bios, but I want you to think of them as people who have passion for what they want to speak about, and they have knowledge. Not only that, but they have the will to share their knowledge with others. So with this, I want you to see how valuable this is, because it has minds and hearts of distinguished faculty and scholars. Next, this symposium that's starting now started like anything else, I guess, with a humble beginning. Just over 2 years ago, talking with my friend, Dr. Hofmeyer, and I told him, Dr. Hofmeyer, just like a crazy idea, if EIU invites you to come and speak about Egyptology and your digs and so forth, would you come? And no hesitation. He said, yes. That was the start of it. And we worked on making a program for one presentation, and that's it. And you know how it is when you are at office 11:30 at night, sometimes after midnight, when crazy ideas start to come. And the crazy idea, to make a long story short, is the symposium. I thought about bringing all of Eastern community and Charleston together in one project to look into the future using ancient lenses. Very crazy title. And I was hesitant to share this with anybody. So I didn't tell my chair or my dean. Don't tell them that now. And I went personally, no emails. I went personally to each and every speaker, each chair, each dean. I wanted to see their eyes and their impression. And without exception, all of them had a spark in their eyes and an open mouth with a wow. They said, we are for it. Then I went to my friend, Dean Lanham. Now, he said that I am behind all this. Thank you. I'm not throwing the ball back to you, but without him, I tell you, I couldn't find some open-minded person to throw the ball together and fly with two wings. So that's exactly what happened. We started from scratch, and we put all the program together, and the result is what you see and what you will see. Thanks to all the deans and chairs and faculty members who gave their support from day one to this symposium, and I hope it will generate something for us to remember in the future. If this symposium succeeds, we are thinking of going back again another lens to Mesopotamian or Sumerian or Chinese or whatever you name it, Greeks, Romans, and see what wealth of information foundational to our sciences and technology that we can benefit of. Eastern is very strong in international programs, and we do not only bring people to talk to us, but we take people to go there. And Dr. Bob Augustine, Dean Bob Augustine, was a great supporter, he and Dr. Izadi, for two of the most successful tours or study abroad courses, one in China and one in Egypt. So may I ask Dr. Bob Augustine to come here in 2 minutes, inside my 2 minutes, to tell us something about what are we doing with internationals.
I brought with me a gift from the people of Egypt that we have in the International Office. It's a little sarcophagus with a little mummy inside, and it is displayed in the International Office. It was given to us along with several other gifts from students who studied at Eastern from Egypt. They include Mr. Khalid Abdu, who was an MBA student, and also Mr. Yotafi Mana, who was a communication studies student. And while they were studying here as students, I had an opportunity to meet their families and meet their parents, who came to tell us what a difference Eastern Illinois University made in their lives. And we've been welcoming students from Egypt for many years at this university. However, we've also taken our own domestic students on amazing trips to Egypt, and Dr. Wabi was one of the leaders who did this. And our Eastern students had a chance to see Egypt through the eyes of a native son. And I thank you, Dr. Wabi, for that amazing experience for our students, and I certainly hope that you have another one on the horizon. He's also been responsible for China and other study abroad experiences. So Eastern Illinois University and Egypt have a long history together, and I'm really proud of that history, and I think this symposium, the kickoff of this symposium, is a great culmination of that long friendship. So thank you.
Thank you.